Hello friends, good morning, good afternoon. Do you get a signal coming from us? Can you hear us? I'm very happy to be here with you today. Good morning, Cindy, Felipe, Abigail. How do you do today? Good morning, Rodrigo. I'm very happy to be here with you, and I would like to ask you if you have questions or topics that you would like to discuss before we start. Did you have the time to look, just a little question before we start, because I would like to see if we are all on one page or the same page. Did you have by chance the ability to access to listen to this broadcast called All Flesh? Did you have the time to look at it, to the exposure of what is the meaning of the end of all flesh as being regarded to the flood? By the way, I remind us all, you can lift a hand, raise your hand, and speak by voice if you wish. Abigail, Cindy, Rodrigo, Felipe. Okay. So I see. Do you have any questions before we start? Yes, Abigail, what would you like to say? You can also use the microphone and unmute yourself and speak by voice. It's also a possibility. Until you will raise your hand or you will write your question if you have, I would like us to repeat this theme of this class, yes, and to expose in a way the theme. There are 10 generations. Good morning, Luke. Good evening, Alexander. There are 10 generations from Adam to Noah. Those 10 generations lived almost in general kind of speaking, they lived very close to 1,000 years. Let's say Methuselah, Noah grandpa, yes, he lived 969 years, yes, and Adam 930. Those 10 generations live very close to units of 1,000 years. Do we agree upon this first step before we continue? So, those 10 generations, from Adam to Noah, they did not live just around 1,000 years. They also, in a way, existed in a realm called wisdom. They lived in a way from their head. Before we continue, do we understand that? So, those 10 generations from Adam to Noah, they are parallel to the letter Yod from the name of the Tetragrammaton, and they lived, the unit in general that they lived is 1,000 years. Why? There is a verse that says in the Bible, Ve'alfecha chokhmah, and I will teach you or tame you with wisdom. ואאלפך, אלפך, teach you from Aleph. The word Aleph is not just the name of the first letter in the Hebrew alphabet. It's also a verb. It's also a verb, to tame, to teach, to educate. This is not just a noun. Yes, this is not just a noun, Aleph. It's also a verb. ואאלפך חוכמה, and I shall teach you wisdom. ואאלפך חוכמה is a verb. So the 10 first generations lived in the realm of wisdom. Now, they were so wise that they become very, very, very far from life. Do we understand that before we go into Noah and why God gives the speech to Noah in Genesis 6? Okay, the Hebrew word for wisdom is chokhmah. 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 And chokhmah is how much? Rodrigo is here. 73, Rodrigo? 45 plus 28. Yes, yes. Hello, Fernando. We're very happy to see you here. Please, I remind you, you can unmute yourself and speak by voice. This is an open conversation. So, those 10 generations live unit of, in general, 1,000 years, as all of them were very close to the root, which is wisdom. And then comes the speech to Noah. Ketz kol basar, those generations, yes, arrived at the end. And comes the end of all flesh, Ketz kol basar, end of all flesh. Yes, Luke? Yes, we're very happy to. So there's a movement now. Noah, in a way, is the one who sealed the lists of 10 generations from Adam and opens a new structure, a new order. Yes, there are 10 generations from Adam to Noah, 10 generations, like that. Noah is the 10th. And with this spark that Noah has, a new theme of relations to life will come. So Noah ends, yes, the 10th generations once we were drawing the letter Aleph as one Vav, which is written diagonal, and two hands, which each one of them is the letter Yod. And we are speaking now about the upper right hand, which is the upper right hand of the Aleph. Those are the 10 generations from Adam to Noah. And from Noah, a little bit of spark is being taken, and we start a new kind of a theme called the letter Hey. Because we said that those 10 generations, yes, are related to the wisdom and to the letter Yod. And here we start a new order with the letter He. In Binah, in understanding. Now, what is the sequence of Binah? What is the sequence of understanding? Since it's another realm, there's a new counting. Understanding, yes. There's a new counting. If the Yod had to express wisdom, the He, the first He, expresses understanding. Therefore, the counting in the realm of Binah will be in the counting of hundreds. Do we understand that? In wisdom, we are counting in thousands. In Binah, the first He, we are counting in hundreds. In Tiferet, or spirit, the Vav that will follow, we are counting in tens. And the last He, we are counting in units. Do we understand this decimal counting using the 4 letters of the name? Good. 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 Very good. Now the question is, this is an open question. There is a speech to Noah that says that from now on, since man is also flesh, he shall live 120 years. Do you remember this verse? From the Bible? Do you remember this verse? Yes. Very good. Very good. Now, the question is mathematically, 120 years. From which letters now Adam will live? From which letters? If Adam has to live now, a human being has to live 120 years, from which letters of the Tetragrammaton Adam should live? Because we said that the first 10 generations, they lived from the letter Yod, which is, in a way, reflects the thousands. Yes? Hey, and this is 120. So, hey, this is the 100. Very good. And where's the 20? From which other letter? Hundreds, we're counting in Binah. Understand? Very good. Very good. Yes, this is the decision, that from now on. Yes, that's correct. And Noah, what is the time that Noah enters the ark according to the Bible? What is the time, or what is the years of Noah when he is entering the ark? Do you remember? Get closer, get closer, get closer. What is the time to the life of Noah when he's entering the ark, or we could say that the flood comes? No. How old is Noah in the time of the flood? It's not it's not a secret. How old is Noah when the flood is being opened? 600. Yes? 600 years to the times of Noah. Yes, the flood is coming. Yes. 600, it doesn't matter, look. 600 years to the life of Noah, the flood starts. Now, how can we mark the life of Noah? According to which letter? Where is the 600? Yes, yes, yes. So, very good. You said Vav, yes, and Vav also, this is interesting because the Vav also in a way stands for decades, meaning for chance, but, and this is the meaning of Noah, this is what the Zohar says, that the Vav, yes, is 6, but we need 600. The Vav is 6. So how do we create 600? Vav with the Yod. Vav with what? Yeah, Vav with another letter. We put the Vav as a fetus in the belly of which letter, and then we have 600? Yes. The Vav as a fetus, be'ibur, very good. The Vav is being conceived, excellent, in the belly of the letter He. And then we have 600 years to the life of Noah. He's entering the ark. Excellent. Very good. Very good. Now, do you have any questions? This is how the Zohar reads the story. Because the text says, Bishnat 600 lechaye Noah. Yes? In the year of 600 years to the life of Noah. But how does, how do we look at it? The Vav, yes, is entering to the belly of the Hay. Noah is protected. Yes, he's not yet, because the Vav and the Hay, this is something that we remember from the drawing. The Vav and the Hay is always time and space. But to save Noah, Noah has to, what? To be removed in a way from time and space and be conceived, yes, in the ark, in the hay, in the word. Yes, the ark, yes, because the ark is not just a boat or a ship. The ark, what is the ark? Teva is the word. Yes? This is not just an archaeological quiz. Where is the ark? Yes? Noah was not a carpenter. People think that he was a carpenter. Yes? This is not what people think. This is not cartoons. Noah was a carpenter. Tuk. He's building the ark. Yes? Knocking on wood. This is not it. So, what is the meaning of the name of Noah in Hebrew? If Noah was not a carpenter, what is Noah? What is the meaning of the name of Noah? He was comfortable, yes. Yes, he did not move so much, yes. And what else? Yes, what else? What is the meaning of the name of Noah? And why Noah is not a carpenter? Yes, to rest. What else? What is the meaning when we divide the name of Noah? Yes, the hidden wisdom. Yes, yes. Chokhmat HaNistar, the hidden wisdom. So Noah symbolizes Noah, Chokhmat HaNistar, Chet. Chet, from the name of Noah. Chokhmah, wisdom. Nun, Nistar, hidden wisdom. So Noah is not a carpenter. His name represents the hidden wisdom. Now, where the hidden wisdom has to go when the flood is coming? Where do we store the hidden wisdom when the flood is coming? In the Word. Very good. In the Word, which is in the ark, where Cindy, yes, Cindy, the ark is not just a wooden box. Yes? The ark, because we usually translate it into English, there is a parallel term for a word in Hebrew, which is not just milah. Milah, this is not just, one second, Hebrew, eti. Milah, it's not just a word. There's another one, which is teiva. Teiva. Teiva in Hebrew is both, yes, an ark and a word. So since Noah is not a carpenter, we don't speak about people. This is not a personal story. This is a concept. This is not a personal story that happened to a family. Those are not personal human beings. Those are impersonal human beings. So, when the flood is coming, the hidden wisdom had to be saved or stored. So where the hidden wisdom is being saved or stored? In the ark, which is the word, Bateiva. Yes? Because this is the hidden wisdom, it cannot be what? Revealed. The flood is what? The flood is revelation. Do we understand that the flood is a revelation? Do we understand that? The flood is a revelation. Therefore, this is the end of all flesh. Ketz kol basar. We say revelation in English comes from basar, flesh, besorah, news. So the flood. Do we understand the logic? Just please tell me if we understand the logic and I could continue. Do we understand that the flood is a revelation? Because the flood appears in space and time. Do we understand that? Okay, the flood is a revelation. It appears in space and time. Therefore, the hidden wisdom is being stored in the word beyond space and time. Do we understand that? The flood is a revelation. The flood appears in space and time, but not the hidden wisdom. The flood is a law, yeah, that does not apply the hidden wisdom. So what is Ketz kol basar, the end of all flesh? Is the end of what? Revelation. This is the end of revelation. The world as it is not working. Questions so far? And what could we think about the flesh animals kept on the word? Yes. Yes. The animated. It's about the animation. Animation. It's a verbing. The animation. The animation is being kept in the word. Because whenever we hear a word, we are being animated. Something is moving in us. The vitality, the word carries in it animation. The word can make someone alive. So the word in the ark stores the animation, the vitality. When we speak to people, they can come up, can come out from a frozen mindset. Some people, they live in a way in a frozen mode for many years. They don't participate in life for many reasons. Yes, but when they are being able to hear something, there's awakening happening. What is the awakening that happens is the animation. They are being able to move. This is not miracle. This is what happens when there's a hearing. We say about people who are unable to hear that there's like image in Hebrew. I don't know how to say it in English or in other languages. A person who cannot hear, he has rocks in his ears, meaning he cannot hear. I mean, there are technically ears connected to his head, but he is unable to hear because he has rocks in his ears. Yes, he can only hear himself. He cannot hear the world. But when a person hears, and this is the question that Felipe asked about the animals, this is not physical animals as we think, is the animation, the ability to animate. So when a person hears a word, suddenly he is filled with vitality. He can move. He has a motivation. Some people are just being fossil in their home, not moving, being upset, being under guilt. We all have like a range of scenarios, yes? And being, we're not able to move, to go for something, yes? And suddenly there's a hearing. This is not personal. Nothing here is personal. Suddenly hearing happens and something goes to someone through the word and he is being animated usually, and he can move forward and he is happy. He can hear. In hearing we don't have gravity. The law of gravity does not work in hearing, meaning in seeing, yes, but not in hearing. I will explain that. A person that, it's not person, but when human is capable of hearing, or hearing is being enabled in him, he can move. He cannot fall into himself. Yes, we can hear, we can overcome the flood. Yes. Yes. Basar, yes, basar is very good. The word basar, flesh, basar, is basically what? 2 times 500. 2 times 500. Yes. And then, in a way, what happens? Ketz kol basar. This is the end of every flesh. When God says this saying, so to speak, this is the end of the 1,000 generation. Those generations have complete their mission, so to speak. They use the cards until the end. Now comes a new order. Usually when people are sick, let's say they get a heart attack, so if we're fast enough, we call the ambulance, and in the ambulance they have this unit, cardio unit, and they give the person who got a heart attack those electric pulses that pump the heart, like, and then we see in the movies that people are jumping, and then there's like tuk, 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 and we can hear the heart, and we see the cardiogram, tuk, 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 and there's like sign of life, yes, because he's been given a shock, yeah. We can see this in cases of medicine, but we are not able to see the we call miracles. But something happens to a person, to not personal person, but something happened to a human when suddenly hearing comes at him or through him. He is being animated. He can live. What is the meaning of living? Being present and available. When people, they can be technically alive, but they're not present, and the people are not available because they're occupied with guilt, with remorse, with God knows what. This is not life. Yeah, this is technically on paper, this is not life. So the hearing, therefore the hidden wisdom is being stored in a word, Bateva, in the ark. Why? The word cannot be heard when everything is filled with water. The sound cannot be heard. We cannot speak under the water because there is no air. You know, because there is no air under the water. There is no space. We need to have a bit of air, otherwise the word or the sound cannot go. Therefore, when the flood is about to be over, the question is, Hakalu Amayim. The water are over, but not over in English as we say. We might think, not Hakalu with kaf. The Bible says this is over. The Bible says with kof, Hakalu Amayim, meaning, is there enough water or less water that we could hear the voice of water? Because if you take a bottle and you fill the bottle completely with water, completely 100%, and you shake the bottle, you cannot hear a sound. But if there's a bit of air in the bottle and you'll shake it, you will hear the sound. Therefore, the question about the level of water is Hakalu Hamayim. Does the water make any sound? Because if there's a sound, it means there's also air. So this is in a way, we're going out of the flood. Hakalu Hamayim, from kol. Kol is voice or sound. Like Psalm says, Kol Hashem al hamayim, the voice of the being is above the face of the water. Yes, and Ketz is a similar to Chava experience. Yes, very good. Ketz is 190. The end, Ketz, is 190. Yes, and Chava, the experience, Eve is 19. Very good. Yes. Meaning the one who can hear the word, gravity, the law of gravity does not apply. There are two kinds of senses that are opposing each other. Yes, the sense of seeing is going out, yes, to the world. Therefore, there's like a tendency to follow the eyes and to go down the abyss. And there is the sense of hearing, which is opposite. This is with the sense of seeing, we can decay, and with the sense of hearing, we can come up. This is why the conversations are most powerful. Tzipor light helps bring information about the level. Tzipor helps. You mean the dove, Cindy? You mean the dove? Yes, the dove comes to the evening time. Yes, the dove comes to the evening time. Yes. Yes. Le'et Erev. Le'et Erev, when everything is mixed. Yes, comes the dove. Yonah. Yes. Questions so far that you would like to ask? Yes, Felipe, please. Yes? Hello, Felipe. Hello? Felipe, can you speak? You're here. We can see you here on the board, but your voice is not coming. Can you unmute yourself, please? We shall wait to Felipe. Maybe he can log again and see. Questions so far? The conversations are very much powerful. Yes, Felipe, we can see you here. I hope you can unmute. I cannot hear you for some kind of reason. It's not coming. Do you hear Felipe? Fernando, Cindy, do you hear Alexander? Can you hear Felipe? Okay, I also can't. I also can't. Yes. Okay. So, in the year of 600 to Noah, yes, and this is not a personal story, this is just a structure. He goes into the ark. So the Vav which is 6, express itself in hundreds, yes, where Binah is, where the word is, and the Vav is conceived in the belly of the hay beyond space and time. This is the hidden wisdom is being stored. Why the hidden wisdom is being stored beyond space and time? Because of revelation of the flood, Ketz kol basar, the end of every flesh. Do we understand that? Is the concept clear? There is in a way a division beyond space and time, yes, and space and time. Yes, the word, yes, the word, yes, yes, is the hidden wisdom, yes, yes. Let's see if this is working. I opened. Please tell me if you can hear Alexander. Is that because I cannot hear him? Can you hear? I cannot hear him. Fernando, can you summarize what Alexander says? Because I cannot hear. There is no